Today, I want to talk about an incredible altcoin project that is ready to explode. Now, all of the tokens have been distributed for this project, and just as a framework going into this, it's very, very important to understand the tokenomics of altcoins. Because if you have something like Dogecoin where everybody's FOMOing in and people don't realize that it doesn't have a hard cap, this is an inflationary coin. So basically you're getting into something that's just as inflationary as fiat currency, which the whole point of this space is to get out of fiat currency, getting into hard money, things like commodities, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, getting into different things in the blockchain space. So Bitcoin obviously is the leader, then you have Ethereum, and then kind of as you go on down the line, you have other altcoin projects. And Yield App, our focus of today's video, is one of these incredible projects with all their coins released. So what does this mean? Not only do they have a hard cap, just like Bitcoin does, but with what you have to understand with Bitcoin is the incentive structure for miners means that not all the coins are released. So there will only ever be 21 million, but to keep miners incentivized to keep running the Bitcoin system, basically it trickles out. So you have block rewards. So every day there's a certain amount of Bitcoin. I think it's currently like 400 and 900. My apologies for that. Not knowing off the top of my head, but I should know that. I think it's around 400 a day currently. And with that, there's a set amount that's entering the market every day. So you have to see what's the liquidity as far as that goes. And when you see coins that are, for example, a public sale versus a private sale, in the private sale, like Yield App had, you have investors essentially putting in money, having a certain token distribution, and then it slowly drips out, typically is what happens. So as these tokens drip out, so let's say like 1 month, you and I both invested, we each get 100 YLD tokens. Well, maybe we're going to dump those on the market, especially when the public sale happens, which, when something gets listed on Uniswap, typically the bots just pump the price up and then you see a massive dump right after, just because, it's an issue with Uniswap. It's something that we actually really need to fix in this industry. But again, you want to understand how this works. So when you have a project that's incredible, we'll talk about fundamentals here in a second, but just as far as tokenomics go, when you have a project that's hard capped, and all the tokens are distributed. So there's not any investors that are getting their newly minted tokens and dumping them on the market. No, everybody has their tokens currently. So you have to understand this with Yield App. So that's why I currently don't think it's going to go below, I would say like 75 cents. Right now it's right around $1. So I want this video to be a little time capsule because, I talked about PancakeSwap, the cake token, when it was around under $1, and now it's like $7. So you have a 7% gain there, and that's only the beginning. Talked about Badger DAO when it was under $10. Now it's some crazy number. Same with PokeStarter. Talked about PokeStarter around like 75 cents, and it's like $6.70, something like that. So anyways, just a little track record of like videos that I put out there. And the key thing to understand here with any of these altcoins is I'm getting in when it's a low cap with profits from other altcoins. So this is basically the little old lady strategy. So like as, for example, let's say you watch my PokeStarter video, made multiple on PokeStarter, you got in around $1, now it's $6.70. Maybe you could consider taking out the initial investment, putting maybe 50% of that into Bitcoin and Ethereum and 50% of that into lower cap altcoin projects. So you could try out Yield App once you understand it a little bit more. And if nothing else, just to diversify a bit. So basically, like you're growing, you can kind of think of it like as a forest. So you have like the altcoin forest. So you have one tree, the fruits of that tree, you can start planting other trees. And as those trees grow, more trees. And you're just increasing this incredible forest you have. And in Yield App, I'm telling you, you have to look into the fundamentals in this project. You have to look at who's backing this project, the incredible names there. Currently, it's only trading on a Uniswap. Let's see, Bithumb Global, and I think BitMax. So Bithumb is actually a Korean exchange. The guy who owns the majority of Bithumb has a very, very large stake in Yield App. So that's why, typically it's kind of weird to see like these Korean exchanges listing a coin when it's like this small of a market cap. But yeah, you can do a Bithumb Global account. But the point here is to understand that having DeFi in an accessible application. So currently, the only thing that I really see doing this is the Snowball app, and that app isn't very nice as far as user interface, which is key. Coinbase is doing a great job, but it's not really DeFi. Coinbase is centralized. So it's getting you into these like bigger projects Whereas DeFi, basically you're tapping into these incredible yields you have. And if you have a nice mobile application, which is exactly what Yield App is doing, is basically creating an incredible user interface. This is like a licensed fintech company. You have to understand this. So this isn't something where it's like a fly-by-night, some cryptocurrency that's like, yeah, fly-by-night, like putting something up one day, an advertisement, and the next day they're doing a rug pull. No. This is like a licensed fintech company, has giant names backing it. Again, do your own research on this with all these videos. This is, if you want to see a more in-depth video, I'm happy to do that, but I do these shorter videos just so you understand what's going on in the crypto space, how I kind of am seeing these things as far as a framework, and so you can get in a bit early. And again, do not invest more than you're willing to risk. This is so key with any of these projects. And don't have this fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or this fear of missing out, because we recorded a video on this on psychoneuroimmunology, really understanding how you should kind of have a different paradigm when it comes to investing. There's no great tragedy in other people making money. So if you weren't able to get into PokeStarter, if you weren't able to get into this project, maybe you're watching this a couple months from now, and Yield App is, I don't know, it's gonna go crazy. My first price target's around like $13, so pretty interesting. But the point is with all these projects, they're low cap, okay? So you should understand what you're investing in. So you should look at the fundamentals. We'll have everything linked in the description that you need to know, and leave me a comment if you want to see more details of how this project works, maybe a little bit more technical analysis. It's hard to do when it's not listed on TradingView to like really look at the charts. All you have is like line charts right now, like on CoinGecko, but I would recommend going on CoinGecko, adding this to your portfolio so you can track these coins. And a lot of altcoins, this is what I do. It's on CoinGecko, they have that daily reward for just logging into CoinGecko, which is great. And then you can track all these coins, what's happening in the markets. And this one is very, very interesting. Keep your eye on this. You don't want to miss out. And I hate even saying that, because you don't want to miss out. Think about that rationally. You don't want to think about this emotionally and go like, oh, I need to go on BitThumb, or I need to go on Uniswap and just buy. No. What you need to do, sorry about that, what you really need to focus on doing is putting in the proper research. So go down below, watch that, do your own research video, do your own research on this. Again, we'll have links down below for everything you need. And then really take a look at this and go, okay, what are some projects that I'm currently in that maybe I could diversify out of? So maybe I can, scrape a little profits off the top and put them into the Yield App. So this is quite interesting. Again, ticker symbol YLD. Anyways, this is just a little rant on Yield App. I thought this one is so interesting to get into, because again, having this incredible decentralized finance space in one centralized mobile application, not like one central mobile application, is incredible. So very, very interesting. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think about Yield App. If you've heard of this before, it's very, very new. Low market cap. I'm planning to, if it goes below $1 at all, again, this is not financial advice, this is just what I'm personally doing. I'm buying more if it goes below $1. Anything below is like a buying place for me. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. The only time things really, really dump is, if this dumps, I'm glad. I'm all in. Because again, this isn't like something where for me, the Yield App is like, I would say about 50% of it is 10-year play, depending on what happens as far as like structure and news goes with this application. And then I would say like this bull run, so maybe like I have a 6 to 12 month time horizon, with the other 50% that I'd be willing to sell. But there's always like, if any of these projects I believe in fundamentally that I talk about on this channel, and obviously they can have issues, just like a business can have issues. Even though we're in this space where it's decentralized, people are still running this decentralization. So human emotion, human error can get in the way. And again, I would say like that 50% I'd be willing to kind of scrape profits off the top of in about 6 to 12 months with my Yield App bag. But yeah, very interesting projects. We'll have everything linked down below. Again, it's trading on BitThumb Global, a Korean exchange, BitMax, and Uniswap. So thank you very much for watching. As always, invest global. And until next time, by the way, a big thing to watch out is whenever these projects get listed on Binance. This is huge, so be watching out for that.